Hello, I'm Shelly Smitherman with TBI. May is Silver Alert Awareness Month in Tennessee. So today I want to introduce Cheryl Blanchard from Alzheimer's Tennessee. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So we work a lot together and y'all have been a great partner. Could you talk a little bit about Alzheimer's Tennessee and what you offer for caregivers and family members?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, Alzheimer's Tennessee, we're a statewide organization with 6 regional offices. So, no matter what part of the state you're in, we've got an office there to serve you. And we're just honored to provide all kinds of support services and resource referrals to any family. So, the first thing that a family would do is just give us a call. Call your local regional office and we'll start a conversation. And during that conversation, we help families understand their loved one, what's going on. We offer tips on communication, understanding behaviors, ways to respond to those behaviors. We get them connected to any resources they might need, like if they're looking for support in the home, in-home non-medical care. If they're thinking about needing assisted living memory care, we'll guide them through that conversation and get them connected to those resources. We do training, so if an assisted living, memory care, hospital, even police departments, we'll go in and train them on how to recognize signs of dementia and how to interact with those folks. And then, of course, we're partnered with TBI and law enforcement on this amazing Silver Alert program. So can't wait to share more with folks about that.
Yes. So Alzheimer's Tennessee spearheaded the Silver Alert bill that led to us issuing the Silver Alert in Tennessee. So far, we've issued over 460 Silver Alerts. Talk a little bit about the success and how y'all help with that as well.
Yeah, so we actually got that pushed through in the COVID years. I think it was June of 2021 when the Silver Alert law became a law. And, Shelly, before that, every department across the state had a way of handling missing persons, but everybody seemed to have a little bit of a different protocol. So what we thought was really important was to come up with a way to kind of unify that and make it consistent across the state. And that's where the Silver Alert law came into play. So working with local law enforcement and with TBI, we got that issued. There is a standard protocol now for all law enforcement offices to follow in how to get that Silver Alert issued. And even though it was successful at the beginning, we started getting calls in from local law enforcement offices saying, hey, we're responding to these calls, but we don't have, or the family doesn't have everything that we need to actually contact TBI to issue that alert. And do you know what the number one thing was that families didn't have?
What?
Current photograph.
Yes.
So didn't have that current photograph. So as you know, we talked about it, that you were having to go to old driver's license photos, and that may not match from 8 years ago to what that person looks like now. So taking that feedback, then we realized that having the law in place and having the protocol was a great first step. But then we really needed to help families be prepared in the event they had to make that call. So we put together a kit. And you've got one sitting here. So it's a free kit to families. This is a waterproof packet. It's zippered, and it has everything that you need in it, not only to guide you to be prepared in the event that your loved one wanders. And we know that 6 out of 10 people with a dementia diagnosis will wander at some point. Families often say, well, they won't wander, but 6 out of 10 means more often than not, someone will. So this has got a step-by-step guide in there on how to prepare, what kinds of things you need to have. The current photograph is one thing, but guess what? A lot of folks are still driving. So the year, make, model of that car, a picture of that car, and guess where the tag number is kept? You drive off in your car and the registration is where?
Yes, it's in the car.
In the car that you bought in. So having that tag number, all of that information, this guides families. Also gives them some tips on how to notice signs that your loved one might wander, how to set the house up for safety. And then the last couple of pages in there are the pages that I say that I like them the most, and they're the pages that I hope a family never has to use. And that's the when your loved one has wandered. And it's a step-by-step guide. Because, if you're in an emergency, if you're in a crisis, you're not thinking clearly. You just can't think of all the steps. So it's step-by-step guide, what to do and how to contact law enforcement to get that Silver Alert issued. So we love these. We make these available to any family in Tennessee, free of charge to them. All they have to do is reach out to us to get one.
So speaking about it, it's an amazing kit. We live in a digital world, but not all families in our senior population all are not connected through social media, iPads, and having this paper copy of a care kit essentially that has all that vital information that we're going to need to issue an alert, that is so important. So if someone is watching this and wants to get one of these kits, how do they get it?
Well, if they're in Middle Tennessee, they can contact me directly at the Middle Tennessee office, and that number is 615-580-4244. But across the state, you can go on our website, which is www.alctennessee.org, and then I think it's /Silver Alert. Should be able to find it there. And we've got that set up a couple of ways. You can actually order a kit from that website, or if you feel like you can't wait and you need to get it done immediately, the PDFs are on there. So you can just download and print out those PDFs, and you can have that for them. And we encourage law enforcement to be aware of that as well. If you're ever out with a family and you're a little concerned that they may not order the kit, go ahead and order it for them from the website. Or like I said, you can download, any family can download those PDFs right from the website. So we try to make it as easy as possible so that families can be prepared.
Yes. Thank you so much. And you do a lot in Middle Tennessee to not only assist caregivers, but law enforcement. And I appreciate what you're doing because it's important for law enforcement and for any individual that maybe comes across a person who is suffering with dementia, how to address them, right? There are certain things that we need to do, I guess, when someone's approached, right? So how do they do that?
It's all about that approach. So we actually offer law enforcement training. So any law enforcement offices that would like to receive that, it is post-certified. We can offer that training. But one of the things that I've started sharing with law enforcement officers and anybody in the community really is that positive approach. I use the Teepa Snow material, the positive approach to care. And she says that really you've got to connect visually, then verbally, and both of those have to happen before you touch someone. So a lot of times what we find is our approach to that person really sets the stage for how that interaction is going to go.
Right.
So if we can train people, law enforcement officers, and just the general public, how to start with that positive approach, it's really going to help that interaction go a lot better.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is great information. As well, remember, if you don't have the TBI Find app, please download that to see our active silver alerts, as well as there's information on Alzheimer's Tennessee and other resources that can help you if you are a family member or caregiver. And there's resources on the Find app also that will link you to be able to get one of these kits if you need it. So thank you.
Yeah. And then also just want to say, if you get the app is excellent. You guys did a great job with the TBI Find app, but those come out in real time. So that's what's really amazing too, is that comes out in real time. I think there's a way that families can, or people that spot the person can put a tip in.
Right.
But just please, if you see that silver alert come across that app or other social media, please be on the lookout for that person. The silver alerts are having like a 90-something% success rate. So we really are bringing these folks safely back home, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, and thank you for all the help in doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.